Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Muzo TV. My name is Katie Thompson and today we're going to talk about LearnLife. I had the pleasure of going out to Barcelona and visiting LearnLife at their two learning hubs. One's an indoor learning hub for older children and one's an outdoor learning hub called the Nature Hub, situated right next to the sea. I was really impressed to see what they'd done with both spaces. I couldn't believe how they'd used furniture to their advantage, moving it around, really making use of really small and large spaces to facilitate both learning and playing in a very experiential learning environment. So join in as we walk around both the indoor and outdoor hubs, speaking to the people who work there and study there, and have a great time. We're really looking forward to working together and seeing how our furniture solutions can promote an even better learning and playing environment. Enjoy.
The idea of this place that is not ready yet, but is if you have like interest in what is LearnLife, and under an appointment you can come, I don't know, like a teacher with a small group of school, and here we will explain you in a term of sensing the space, what is LearnLife about, and the first impression is that it's something completely different from school. So the idea is that this is coming deep into a forest, and sense the space, the colors, the music, and it's not finished, but the idea is that you are coming into a space where your mind is going to be completely out of the perception of a school, classic school.
Very nice, I like it, cool.
And then we can make a performance.
Oh, so you can record it here?
Yeah. I hope if somebody is working. There were two learners that were really good with music.
Okay.
And they make a performance.
Oh wow.
I will see if I can catch the video too.
Yeah. Yeah. Which way? So fashion. You said no, no.
Yeah, this is fashion and art. Now it's completely mixed, but okay. So usually we have these tables here, and all the art and fashion. They use it here. Now they switch. You see that the art.
Yes.
But usually we have it here. So mainly the idea is that this is an open space that you can be working, but it's isolated. So if you are outside, you can see what's happening, but you don't hear.
Right. Okay.
And this is completely, and this is we have a CNC. This is our. Good morning.
Hi.
John, can we 5 minutes?
Sure. 5 minutes in.
Un par de preguntas sobre la instalación.
Great. Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Groups and single spaces. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, so we just want to describe, what it's like working here.
Cool.
Yeah.
So working at LearnLife is amazing. There's many different spaces that you can explore. You can work in quiet areas, you can work on tall tables, low tables. You can work where there's lots of extra light or somewhere that's has a specific use for the task that you want to do. So it's really diverse in that way. I'm not used to being in such an open space, and I think that's what I like. I love going outside, and even though we're stuck inside with COVID at the moment, it doesn't feel like you're inside because of the design of the space, which is amazing. So that's one thing I was worried about a lot. And we have a tiny little terrace that we can go outside if we need to get some air quickly. But I just feel quite free in this space, and I think that's what I love the most about it.
Now, how do the kids react to it? How do they feel about it?
They react really well. It depends on the groups and the ages. So the younger ones have the bottom space, but they're managing really well. Like, I'm really proud of how they're they're keeping up with their masks and all of the kind of requirements they have. I think using delivery, like Deliveroo or Glovo, really helps, because then they have this like novel idea of getting a takeaway, and they settle down, they find their area within the building, and they're not pushing all the time to leave, which I'm really impressed with. The older ones do try and leave a bit more, push the boundaries a bit more, but they're also settling in, so
Great.
it's going well.
Cool, thank you. Do you mind me asking how old you are?
I am 17.
Okay, and how long have you been coming here?
I have been at LearnLife for about 2.5 years.
Cool, where are you from?
I'm from Barcelona, born and raised.
Oh, right, okay, cool. You've got a very, like, American accent.
Yeah,
You watch a lot of American TV?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. Cheers. Okay, so what do you think what's the environment like for you?
This is actually my ideal work environment. I'm a very social worker, and I need to have people around me or I can't concentrate. When I'm by myself, it's kind of complicated.
Yeah.
So having this open space that is very open to collaboration too really helps.
Okay, and is everyone the same age, or do you work in groups of different ages?
In my group, usually everybody is in the same age range.
Yeah.
So about 17, 16, 18 more or less.
Okay.
But we get some time to work with people that are a bit younger than us.
Okay.
But with coronavirus, it's a little bit more complicated.
Okay. So what kind of activities do you do?
I am the theater person, so I handle all the theater stuff. And I also do electronics, 3D printing, 3D design, product design, that sort of stuff.
You do all that here?
Yep.
Cool, okay. Fantastic.
Yeah, I learned about all that here.
Well, sometimes.
Bueno. Let's not overstate.
Great stuff. All right, cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, so one of the things we try to implement here is that within the learning community, together with the learners and many other stakeholders, to identify how can we use the tools and how can we just create, I don't know, solutions that help us develop our methodologies in a better way. I don't know, for example, we designed this cabinet which has all the tools carved on it, and it has wheels, and we can transport it from one place to the other one.
Yeah.
The learners also designed this tool here, which is kind of nice because it has 2 different steps for like elder learners, younger ones, and it's kind of cool because it adapts to different people, as many people use this space, so it's cool. And we design everything here and we create everything here. So over there we have some models. Oh, sorry. So we have some prototypes because we went through a design thinking process and we came up with this idea.
Okay.
And yeah, we constantly iterate and review what we've done and try to improve everything we do.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You can move it, and you have plenty of space.
Oh.
So you have
Oh, wow.
to, and then if you want also, you can see it. This is for the small kids, so they can, they can work. One is working here and the other one is working
Great,
here.
so it's like collaborative.
So again it's like, and then for the small ones, they can use here the small kindergarten. I thought, okay, if by Coinfield they want to use this space, also this can be a really nice corner for the small kids to work on. So.
And does it enhance their learning, like learning at different levels, would you say? Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah, so we have that in terms of, also in terms of ergonomic.
Yes.
One of the ideas is that we provide, depending the learner, what he was explaining. Maybe some learners, they are really active. So this is fantastic. But some other learners, we have for example one learner that has autism.
Autism,
She loves to be here.
Right.
She loves.
Yeah, that's one of the things.
More inclusive.
Yeah, that's what Muzo say, that they have some furniture that's a lot better for sort of singular learning. If something's a bit too overwhelming for
So I observe one of the things that is quite fascinating now. Okay, now the setup is here, but for me observing how they use it. Because I just design in a way, but then you see how they use it. And that's fantastic because it gives you a lot of feedback
Yeah.
to improve, to
Yeah.
change, to realize this is good, this is not.
Yes.
And also with the learning guides, because they are also like, how are you using the space?
Yes.
How is it working?
Yeah.
For example, this, the idea,
Oh, okay.
and you can put it where. So mainly, first the idea was that they put their bags here.
Okay.
But because it's too small, they realized that it takes a lot of space. So finally, okay, we said, okay, the idea was that they could put it for storage.
Yeah.
Finally, we can use it for different, so now they are using this, you can take this,
Yeah.
and you
Simple.
just put it,
Yeah. It's like Emma said, it's iterative. You're changing it all the time. Just
yeah,
Yeah.
so if we, and this we made it in the, so for example, all the writable, these are all writable.
Yes.
We have it in the urban hub.
Right.
That somehow that we are just starting like having like a layout that we implement in the different learning
Great.
and hubs that we see that they are working.
Yeah.
And this is the first for the small kids.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's quite fascinating to see how it's working.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Of
and
course.
So yeah.
Great.
Here we repeat the same.
Yeah.
Also behind there's the radiators.
Okay. Okay.
The opportunity to
Yeah. Keep warm.
yeah, and the idea to put the panels also because well here you see that it's all wall like this, but the wall is all like this.
Right. Oh,
So it
okay.
was quite difficult also
Yes.
to think about.
I can
I would say
imagine.
okay, it's better to just put panels,
Yeah.
and then we can easily take it or put it, and
Okay.
well.
Okay.
So for the learning environment, blended options are very, very interesting options for learning. And also I think the key focus on a learning environment now is well-being, focusing on well-being. The pandemic has really opened our eyes and made us aware that well-being is a very, very important a key point in order to learning to happen.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very important thing that all teachers around the world should cover.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully making a lot more use of outdoor space as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so here we're very lucky because we have an outdoor space, but schools around the world are also using spaces outside the classroom per se and seeing that as also learning spaces that they can use, because anything could be a learning moment and a learning activity and a learning space. So taking advantage of those now that we have to stay more outdoors than indoors.
Yeah. And then the children are responding well to being outside more.
Yeah, I mean they love to be outside.
Yeah.
And also we should be used to being outside even if it's raining, because raining is also a natural thing that we have to we live in, and we don't have to go indoors just because it's raining or because it's a little bit cold.
Yeah.
But I mean, as long as we can do things naturally, I think that the learners are enjoying it a lot.
Fantastic.
For sure.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Sorry,
Christopher, yes, Christopher Pomeranik in English.
So Darren would like to know, what would you say is the future of indoor and outdoor schools?
Well, first of all, the future of indoor and outdoor schools is that there are no schools, but that there are, well, learning hubs or learning communities.
Yeah.
Or more to see, there's a learning community which is actually remote, which ultimately says that you can be indoors, you can be outdoors, you can be any place in the world because you're connected to your remote community. And then you have physical hubs, learning hubs, which is what you are experiencing right now, which are lifelong. So there is no one set age group that sits in this hub anymore, which is a primary or secondary or university, bachelor degree or master, whatever. It's basically all in one learning hub. So you go there in any age of in any moment of your life, and you have basically amazing creative environments, studios, places to come together, and you basically learn for whatever is needed, or whatever you prefer to learn in that certain moment of time.
Yeah, because we never stopped learning, whatever age
we never did. So, and we never learned really in boxes. No? If you go back again centuries backwards, I mean, we basically learned what was important to us in a certain moment of time, and we connected to what was needed also in our surrounding. We have to go back to that, because one thing is clear: if we continue in a standardized system and we put 1.5 billion kids through a tunnel, and we decide this is the end result for all of you, but that standardization can be automated by any machine in the next 10 years, we basically don't give purpose to anybody in this world anymore. So we have to really change completely the aspect of going from standardized learning to personal learning, self-directed learning, because the only way that actually any child or any person in this world can again connect to what's needed in the future is if you are self-directed in anything you actually do. So this is the big 180-degree shift of the learning paradigm that we actually living in these learning hubs.
Right. Okay.
You see that it's quite big.
Yeah.
So the idea is that we have a graphic designer also in the team, and we're working with the graphic designer to create these vinyls like frames. And put it all over.
Okay.
And then the kids can come and they can put their creations.
Great. Okay.
Like here, and also here. And then the bathrooms, they were there, but with the small, tiny, others. So we just have to put the new ones. And these are really for kids. We can't. I mean, if you see, it's quite tiny. But anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, I will show you the picture how it was, because it's quite funny how it changed. Also because we are renting. We didn't want to. So let's say that the brief of design was, how can we make it nice, quickly, easy, and also that maybe we move. So it doesn't make any sense to make a completely new bathroom. That's why we said, okay, we paint it, we create some fun, nice topic around the space. We change floors. And that's all.
Okay.
So.
Great.
Hola, Marta. This is the office. The office that I want to show you because it's amazing.
So you were telling me a story about the owner?
Yeah. So the owner is like the father of the owner of the space. When he bought the house, it seems that it was a sailor engineer that built it. So that's why it's so strange, the house. Kind of really, you will see there's a lot of, labyrinthics and things. And it seems that they were traficando.
Trafficking.
Traffic, I mean, the emergency. It was a long time ago. And it was the only house in the entire area of Gaba. So that's why he built the tower that you will see. To look when the ships were coming. To take all the mercancy. And then there are different spaces of the house that they were not, in the floors. Because it seems that to avoid, thieves and that, they just have hidden spaces. And downstairs also, they have like all a labyrinthic area. And if they have to run out.
I see.
So it's a really mysterious story. And we the first day that the kids came, we told them like more kind of pirates and that, but we explained, okay, this is a quite a weird house because it was built not by an architect or an engineer, it was a sailing. So that's why the house is quite strange in terms of the areas and that.
But it's fun.
It's fantastic. The spirit of the space, because it's really unique. And something new that we were doing. So you will see the contrast between old and new. And how we. So mainly we rent only this area that are two co-learning spaces.
Okay.
You will see it from the other because the idea is that we enter from. This is the preparation for.
Oh, so this is the maker space?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So no, this is today they are talking about plants.
Okay.
And the story of the plants.
Okay.
So usually they start 9:30, and every day they have a different topic, and then they change spaces. So there's not a unique.
Learning guides. So what would you say is like a typical day for a learning guide?
That is not the correct question. That's making a big assumption about what's typical. The typical day is an atypical day because things are always in flux. I think if you work in a traditional classroom, things are predictable, and I think that's actually the worst possible things for kids is to have all the time doing the same routines, because one of the things we notice is that kids who come from the traditional system here, they lack a lot of executive functioning skills, time management, organization, these kind of things, because as you can imagine, traditional system, it's really predictable. It's like teacher gives a lesson, you take some notes, then you fill out an exam. Like there's not a diverse kind of skill set that's needed to do that. Whereas here we have kids who are producing their first album, they're working on entrepreneurial projects, they're writing a new script for Star Wars. Like they're doing all these different projects that require them to organize themselves, to regulate their emotions, to find ways to work on kind of big, complex, hairy tasks. And so you don't get that in.
Teaching them a lot more responsibility, I guess.
Yeah, and so I guess in answer to your original question, what's a typical day? There isn't one because we're basing what we do on the kids' interests and needs. And so as that shifts and as we cater to that, we have to adapt and do things. So it's not that they're expected to adapt to the school, but us as a learning community, we adapt to them and what they need. And so we're responsive constantly. So whether that be understanding as we figure out kind of what kind of writers they are. I was just in a writing workshop here, and we identified a lot of them have really struggled with the idea of not making it perfect, right? And so there was a workshop on explicitly like timed things. If you have to write something and you don't have time, you can't be perfect. But that was adapted from input that came the day before. It wasn't someone working through a set curriculum where no matter what the input was, I'm going to just keep doing my thing.
Right.
So that makes it atypical.
Okay, great stuff. And then speaking of not being traditional, Sol tells me you have quite an interesting recruitment kind of process.
For the learning guides, yes, it's very fun, borderline traumatic, but everybody who goes through the process typically says that they felt like they got something out of it. So it wasn't just an interview, but they actually learned a lot about themselves. I've had a surprising number of people become friends who were in the interview process. Who they went to coffee afterwards and they still know each other, even though they didn't get hired, but they So the process is we first have them come in and do some kind of task that is to understand how they work as collaborators. So typically we'll have a learner come in and pitch an idea for a project or something, and then the learning guides have to go to work about how would they design some kind of learning journey for them. And we get to watch and see how they think about it, the ways that they're understanding the responsiveness to the child's needs. And then we have the learners design a series of kind of challenging scenarios where they present like, you just found Bobby smoking marijuana in the bathroom. What do you do? You know, there's two twins and one's bullying the other one. What do you do in these kind of scenarios? It's interesting to get an insight or a window into how they would respond to these real life scenarios. So that's the first day, and then we invite them back to give kind of a demo learning experience, and then they have to pitch how they think they can grow the vision of LearnLife. So we get a really kind of 360 picture of how they collaborate, how they think about learning experience design, how do they relate to kids in challenging scenarios, and how they think kind of strategically about vision and how to grow us.
And does that break a lot of people? Can a lot of people not handle the pressure, or do they take to it quite well?
I think the feedback we've gotten is really good, and we're rethinking this for our next round of interviews, is that it's tough for introverts. I mean, the job is tough for introverts, full stop. And I think just in teaching in general, it can be difficult because how much you have to be open and available all the time.
But as far as breaking, no, I think people have found it. Yeah, it's difficult, but that's good, I think, because it's the clearest representation of what it's like to work here. It's like we're constantly collaborating, we're constantly thinking on the fly, and so we want to be really open and honest about what we do, so that they can make a good decision, not just so we can make a good decision, but they're like, oh yeah, this is a good fit for me.
And like you say, they've taken something away from it as well. It's not just an interview. Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.
So, and then you know that from law, we are supposed to, every learning space, it needs to be, has to have a view.
Yes.
So that's why we create this. That I like, because it's like going to the space.
Yes. Hello. Lovely.
And so it's also blue.
Yeah.
Because it's close to the sea.
Yes.
So also the colors are reminding, because we are close to the sea.
Yes.
So we play with gray and blue.
Yes.
In everything.
Yeah.
That's the matching of where we are.
Great.
Close into the sea.
Okay, so you can write on all of this.
You can write in all.
Yeah. Great.
So we used to have so many doors that they were taking a lot of space.
Yes.
And with this, at least, we could again create like a small corner where they can be, writing. You have a small group here.
Yeah.
The bathrooms. The bathrooms were for small kids.
Right. Okay.
So they were completely open with the small, bathrooms.
Yeah. Okay.
And we have, because it's primary, we need privacy.
Sure.
So we have to create, and we make it. When you go to the Urban Hub, you will see a lot of details that are there.
Yeah.
That we somehow put it.
It makes so much of the space. It's amazing.
So did you tell her about the art gallery that you
I know we go and talk with Alina.
she told me.
Yeah. So as part of the co-creation, what we were explaining you, we want to, one of the bathrooms that you will see, we want to make it like an art gallery.
Okay.
This was an idea of Steven, and I said it's really, I was explaining. And because the other bathroom is quite big compared to the space, and the idea is that they, that's why we have this here. So one of the ideas is that they decide if that is an art gallery, what is an art gallery, what do you usually do in an art gallery, and that they finally all together make a rotation of how do you imagine could be the entrance of the art gallery, and to put like sculpture, painting or whatever inside of this.
Oh wow, cool, okay.
And then you will see inside we are going to put vinyls, like frames, where they can put their art.
Oh, lovely.
And then we change, like an art gallery, we have, this month we are running, whatever, nature, because it's gardening.
Sure.
Nature, garden, whatever. And we have the artist, Max Åkesson, that it's going to expose his, So I think the bathroom, it's another learning space.
Great.
And that's one of the topics that we are always trying to work on. Every corner can give you like the opportunity to learn something new.
Perfect. That's what you want. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
And this is the secret tower.
Oh, okay.
You will love it.
Secret tower.
So we take the shoes here.
I feel like a princess.
Yes.
Locked in. Where's the dragon? Okay, I'll come this way. Oh wow!
Yeah, this is amazing.
Oh, I could just come in here and do yoga or something.
I'm in love with this place.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Oh, it's so relaxing.
Yeah, and you just sit.
Yeah.
And it's completely.
Yeah,
this is like for more like individual work, small groups. Introspect work. Reading area. Relax.
Okay.
What they call, when somebody needs to like
time out.
Time out.
Yeah.
They can come here.
Yeah.
They can relax.
Yeah.
And they are working because they have just started 2 weeks ago.
Sure.
So right now they don't have the autonomy to be here alone.
Yes. Yeah.
But it will come.
Yes. Yeah. It's just calming.
So this was for storage. Oh! It was completely closed.
Right, okay.
With materials.
Yeah.
We didn't have windows.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that you don't use
Yeah.
this space.
Yeah, look at the views.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh.
So we changed this, we renovate everything.
Yes.
We have to put the windows because there was no window.
Wow.
And we put the carpet.
Yeah.
And then we create this.
Yeah.
For the kids. And the idea is that, again, this can open and you can put storage inside.
Okay, great.
And then there's no call, so it's like having these two situations that if you want, you can sit here, you can read.
Yeah.
Or if you want, you're there. And also this is like a corner of the cabin because of the height of the kids, that they can be here.
Yeah.
And they can look around. We have key in everything for security.
Great, yeah.
But if a learning guide is here, then they can open.
Sure.
But if they are going to be alone, you know, we said, no, I don't see the key. So we have one key for all.
Yes.
And then you can open like this.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Gosh, let's just get a view out of here. Oh, wow, okay. You can see.
Now if you want, you take it from there that you see the sea.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Oh, look at that. It's just lovely.
This is
Hello.
our treasure. I was telling.
What would you say is the #1 mission at LearnLife?
The #1 mission is to give the world a new learning paradigm that is done collaboratively by hundreds and thousands of people that are coming together to actually build the future of learning.
Yeah.
And on the other side to showcase and basically bring to life this new learning in learning hubs around the world, so that anybody can actually touch and see how the learning of now and the future will look like or can look like already, and get the inspiration to then change whatever school or learning institution or project they are in, to they say, okay, I am in stage now, and what are all the steps that I need to do to get to that desired new learning moment.
And I assume a lot of the children's parents would have grown up in a very sort of standardized learning environment. So what's their feedback been like? How do they feel about this style of learning?
I mean, I don't know. I think the best way to describe it is that what makes us as a team so, what gives us so much energy and so much motivation is the wonderful feedback and the positively emotionally touched parents that come in here every day and just telling us what has happened in the last week and the last 3 weeks, just being here for a couple of weeks, how their children has been changing to completely new people and how that has impacted the entire family world, right?
Great.
And I think, you know, we have so many examples of children that were so disappointed, frustrated, completely wiped out by standardized systems, that they had no motivation anymore for learning, and actually bringing them back into, you know, into the love for learning. For every parent, for every family, that's probably the biggest present that, you know, that they can ever perceive, you know, because it's from everyday hustle, every morning trying to shake up a child to go into school, to actually the kids standing at the door and saying, "Mommy, Daddy, we need to go. It's time to learn," you know. And I mean, I can just give you my personal experience. I mean, yesterday, my kids are now here at LearnLife, so since 5 weeks now. Yesterday was Sunday, and we were driving past, like on the highway, and they said, "Can we go to LearnLife?" And I said,
lovely.
"It's Sunday." "Yeah, but you know, we want to go, we want to learn." I said, "Okay."
Oh, that's fantastic.
So,
Oh, brilliant. Okay, so how can this kind of learning environment inspire children to be creatives and like create the new architects of the next generation?
How can the Spanish, you mean? Or
no, how can just this learning environment? How does it inspire?
how can this learn environment? Sorry,
Yeah.
I mean, with the mask, I mean, how can't this not be inspired? It's like, I think that our big challenge is to create in every corner of the entire space an opportunity for learning.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that you have to spend a terrible amount of a budget. That is one of the topics that usually public school or teachers set up. But how are we going to do it? I think it's much more, how can you go much deeper into change your mindset and think, how can we even learn in the bathroom? What I was explaining you okay, let's create an art gallery into the bathroom. That's something that everybody could do, and it's just an excuse to create a learning environment into an existing space. So talking about this space in particular, I think that the environment just gives you everything to be creative, because we are in the middle of the nature. We have the sea, we have the forest, and even the house. It's a really unique space.
I would probably add, so I mean the kids here, they see what this was before, right? So they come up here and they see that was like a trash room. I mean, where it was like, you know, storage. It was all, you know, all wrecked, completely full, dirty. It was dark, there were no windows. They were all covered. So for them, seeing what happened, what was there before, and what is possible afterwards, I think that enlightenment of, you know, of mindset is what helps them to understand, like, what can you do out of spaces, and it sparks their creativity. And then on the other side, obviously, you see the multi-purpose use of the spaces, what you can do, what you can actually move, change. Everything is flexible, mobile, and so on. And I mean, the one thing that we have to do is what we said before. We have to get our humanity out of a boxed mindset. Because boxed mindset can always be done better by machines. What I like to see is, I don't know if you're a coffee drinker, but if you have a coffee machine in your home, in your kitchen, the chip in that coffee machine has more calculation power than you will ever have. Yes, but that is the truth today already. So now think 10 years from now, if we continue to think in these boxes will all be done by machines. So if we don't foster by everything around us to basically take our minds, interconnect boxes, get out of the boxes, and completely be creative mindsets, that is what we as humans, that's what we are. We are social, creative beings. And I think the surroundings, they need to foster, they need to support that.
Fantastic, thank you. From what you've seen, what do you like best about Muzo? What excites you about Muzo?
I like his mindset. I mean, if I talk about one of the Darren, I was mainly the one that I was explaining all the philosophy behind, and how they want to challenge themselves into creating really innovative furniture, flexible furniture. I just go through the entire catalog that you have. I like the X-Brick. I think that we were talking about that could be like an experiential furniture that we can use, talking about the inside and outdoor, with flexible uses and the setup really aligning to what we are doing here, that you can take it outside, you can use it inside, you can create like in a scenario. So I like this versatility and flexibility that and that he's always trying to go one step more. I also saw like the different instead of not the typical classic chair or table, but going again one step more to support a much more flexible environment that we are willing to have. He showed us the music studios. And I think that's also, I told you about that. I think that's something that it's if we just think about, okay, which is the next step, and we're talking about creating, you know, outside pop-up models, this could be a perfect combination. like to have like a small studio that you can take it outside. Imagine you run in the middle of our outdoor space. Like a studio, but in the middle of the nature. I think that it's like could be fantastic.
They call it the jam sessions.
The jam session with everybody. I mean, it makes all the sense that we start thinking out of the box and start using really deep the outside doors and create learning environments. It's like be respectable, thinking about the type of construction that it's not against the nature environment. And and that's our next project.